I don't exactly know what I'm going to be talking about during this video, but if you clicked on it, then you probably have a better idea than I do right now. I have a story. Start with the story. I was driving up a hill, and I saw a very beautiful woman who I looked at, and she looked up while I was driving by, and we locked eyes. And I kind of grinned at her. And she grinned, and she smiling back at me. The car drove by, and it felt like a breath pass. And usually, I would have just kept driving. But something stopped me in that moment. Something gnawing at me in the back of my mind. Don't let this one go. And so I did something I've never done before. I stopped my car, I turned around, and I drove back, and I parked it, and I got out, and I caught up to her. And I just walked in there with total confidence, total high spirits. It was just, "Hey, what's your name?" And she looked over, bewildered that I drove back, and we started talking. And that led to probably the best date of my entire life. One of the best women I've ever known. And that moment where there was that breath that passed and that nod, that distant call, "Don't let this one pass." I realized how many times I've ignored that in my life. How many times I've taken, how many times I've answered that call, and how many times I've ignored that call. But one thing that sticks is that if you let these moments of opportunity pass by because of some not the inherent, not the intuitive fear that you have, but the encroachment of the rational critical mind, the self-critical mind telling you not to do it, that it's not worth it, that you're probably just gonna fuck this up or do this wrong. It's that way where you have that pull, and I know all of you know it, that pull. I need to act this way. I need to take action on this right now. And the critical mind seeps in and keeps you from doing it in a way that I have never ignored that encroachment before. I acted on that day. And I guess that's what I wanted to share with you today. When you ignore that pull, that is the sign. That is the sign you've been looking for, but you won't know that it's what you were looking for at that time. It'll be to something that may be a total distraction, seem like a total random event, may even seem like it's something pulling you away from what you're trying to do. But if you listen to that, as all great and successful men and women have, that call will pull you to greatness. That's why I entered high-ticket sales as a closer. It's why I invested in mentorships and education. It's why I joined the Marines and commissioned as an officer. It's why I've been pulled to do so much of my life, which is shaped by character and my personality and my knowledge and worldly affairs into form, into shape, into something that is a story. And just as many times as I've accepted that call, I've ignored it. And I now have an idea more than ever of all the opportunities that I've let die in the background. And moving forward this year, I'm not going to ignore that anymore. I saw what total boldness, total confidence, and moving with the spirit of opportunity over fear of failure, what that has brought into my life in 2 short months. And I encourage all of you to follow me in acting from that place. instead of one of self criticism of the protective side of you. Over now.